Okay, it is currently the 31st of March, Sunday afternoon, and we're just going to get straight into the charts here, do some Bitcoin analysis, do some analysis on exactly where I think we're heading for the week ahead, and kind of trading opportunities and things you should be looking out for. I'm sorry for no upload last week. I was too busy, to be honest, to be busy with uploading a video, but we're back. We're just going to upload weekly as per usual, and then we have 1 week gap, and that's gonna take a little bit of a gap in the analysis, so this one might be a bit longer. Kind of analyze how I interpreted the charts over the last few, last few days, last few, 14 days, so to speak, since the last upload. So let's just dive straight into the chart here. You have BTC 4 hour. Let's go higher time frame first. Daily chart. We'll delete this drawing. Essentially, I think the last trading session or last video, we were somewhere over here. And currently we are trading much further, a bit down, but there's a lot that's happened, so to speak. So higher time frame, I think there's 2 spots of liquidity, all-time high liquidity right above this wick here, and we're going to get on lower time frame. You're going to see exactly what we're talking about. Additionally, there's still this fair value gap right underneath the liquidity spot at 59. So I do believe that on higher time frame, if we don't see a proper breakout above these levels, but rather maybe a wick or some type of price action above, something like this, reclaim below, and this range also breaks down, then we're going to trade much lower, I think down to 52 higher time frame. Now that is going to be a level by level analysis, and we're going to have to see exactly how things develop at each level. And it's kind of hard to predict the fact that, of course, first of all, whether we break out properly or we see some type of consolidation above here, breakdown back, acceptance below into the range under 73, and then we of course has this mid EQ level, and then we have the bottom. So if all of these levels break, I think this is not going to hold as support very quickly. The only thing I could see happen is this becomes some type of mitigation where we take this liquidity, take this fair value gap, and find support here in a kind of strange area, right, where you wouldn't really expect, like there's really nothing supporting us here in this time frame in recent months, recent weeks. Therefore this could occur. I've seen this a lot on these type of charts on Bitcoin stuff, where these bottoms are just mitigation areas, liquidity sweeps, etc., and we see this form as support rather than come down to 52. But ultimately I do believe that 52 is a nice level where we find some support around 52 to 48, that if we do lose everything else, that is kind of the spot to really start bidding price back up. So whether this plays out like this is a pretty far-fetched plan, and it is like it is going to be like a 35% drop. So there is a lot of things that can hold here still, right? So you can see 1, 2, 3 levels, and then the 4th level of main interest down here. So I think that kind of covers what we're looking at higher time frame, what to look out for, what levels are key here. And as for levels to the highs, it's really just these 2 liquidity levels that want to get swept anyways, and then we can continue an uptrend. And there's really no, of course, this is price discovery up here, so there's no resistance levels there or levels to look at. The only thing you could do is do some type of Fibonacci retracement, right, where you drag it from here to here, left to right, and you have these 2, 3 levels where we could see price action form some resistance. I do not trade on Fibonacci levels too often, but there's a lot of ways to put this, right? So you can put it at here, right, from this low here to the top here, and then we have some fib levels, and additionally you can kind of do the minus fib level, so to speak, and that would be like this, and then or other way around, this plus fib levels, and then you have these levels. So you could kind of see confluence too with these levels. Just to very quickly, whoop, wrong one, right, and you can kind of see that these levels kind of coincide. So around, right, we'll pick somewhere here, 78, 79, 80, flat, 82, and then 88, something like this. These are key levels maybe on the fib retracement, but I don't think we should be looking too much into that. Here's another thing, 82 once more, 85, 88, also with its fib retracement from here to here. So right, so that's from this move to this move. Now we've done this move to this move, this move to this move, and this move to this move, and we've seen that these levels kind of all coincide consistently as key levels, and then the -1 levels all the way up here at 89, so practically 100. Either way, we have a lot of confluence at those levels if you want to trade to the upside and see where to take profits or something like that. I wouldn't short those fib levels, that's for certain, if we do reach and break above these levels here. Lower time frame, dive into this. So what was I looking at when we were back here? And we can even use the replay tool, but I don't think that's necessary. Essentially what I was looking at back here, and I think I posted this on Twitter and on Telegram and everything, were some liquidity levels I want to see swept. One of them was here, that got swept on the 17th of March. And then I think there was a liquidity level under here that I wanted swept, and that was swept on the 20th of March. So what I was most concerned about was resistance levels. Resistance levels essentially being this VWAP, monthly VWAP coming in here, and we were kind of trying to reclaim it consistently, breaking down from it, trying to reclaim it, breaking down from it, and then we finally reclaimed it, and we had this crazy pop above that level, right? That is a beautiful way to reclaim something. Additionally, there was order blocks after order block. So there was this order block, faced resistance, got rejected off of it. Then there was an order block here, faced resistance, got rejected off of it. Order block here, faced resistance, broke over it, acceptance above. And now you kind of want to see this EQ level, which kind of coincided with the top of the range, bottom of the range, EQ, right? So you can see resistance here, resistance, support, support, support. So this had formed as an EQ level for me, and I posted about that. That is kind of what we wanted to see hold. And then in addition, of course, VRVP level, so the high volume area is right, the highest volume area is right here as well. So this whole level here around 60 to 67 to 69 is absolutely crucial, additionally to the breaker, right? So this is still a breaker that's theoretically unmitigated. You could argue that this is like a retest. I wouldn't say that. So to some degree, we want to see this breaker tested. We don't have to, of course, but that would be, again, more confluence that this level is key to hold here. And if we do continue to hold this level, I would love to find longs. What else? Well, I think in the week, this is a very important area, a very nice area to do price action, right? So liquidity sweep down below this low. This liquidity is still here, but okay. Come back down. If we go to the 1 hour, you can kind of see what occurred here, right? Another very clean order block play. You can kind of see that we sweep the liquidity, nice uptrend. We break some of this structure on the lower time frame. So if we go on 15-minute, this would have been a break of structure, and we see a break above all of these levels, which is beautiful, right? So this is a proper break of structure. This is a proper break of structure and a change of character in the market sentiment. So at that point, I've been looking, okay, where do I see order blocks? And I saw this here, this long wick, and I picked that as an order block. And you can kind of see that price traded down, and it traded down, and it traded right into this level, and forming on the 4 hour these beautiful wicks, right? You can see these beautiful wicks being formed here. And on the 1 hour, this looked a bit more choppy, and we traded back up, broke these structural levels again, straight into the resistance here, which is where I was cautious, kind of pennant formation, break through it, and that's when now I'm pretty bullish again. Now I'm quite certain that if this level continues to hold right here at 67, 68, I am extremely bullish. If this breaks down, of course, we are in a different ball game, and we want to see this hold again and maybe sweep the lows, sweep this, and then of course you're quite quickly in the 50,000s. So that's the only concern. As for very low time frame here for the next few days, I can't say much. You could argue there's some type of meme pennant formation coming in, something like this. These are very, of course, why I call them meme pennants or meme triangles or something like this is because it is a very low level trading technique, and they do play out, especially when markets are more retail oriented and there's a lot of retail coming in. It's easier to turn off your IQ, turn off your brain, and just say, okay, this is a pennant structure. I learned about this in my first week of trading, and they are valuable, but they aren't the only valuable thing that you should be looking at. So yeah, I think another thing to notice maybe is high volume node breakout over this level, and I tweeted about that, I telegrammed about that, that this is a very key level. So again, this high volume node, this VRVP, this VWAP, this order block, this simple support and resistance of the EQ, you can see that that's, I think I just listed 5, right? I listed 5 different, right? 1, 2, 3, I think it's 5. And That's a lot of fucking confluence. So this level is super, super, super crucial right now, and we really want to see this hold. So the 68 level for the foreseeable future will be a level that everybody wants to look at, whether longing, shorting, whether bullish, bearish, whatever you're looking at. Even, I would argue, now this could change rather rapidly, of course, but this level was gonna probably be significant for another week or two, and at minimum. And this level had formed a while back, right? This level started forming here, and it really completely formed around here, which is about 2 weeks ago. And now it's just continued to be this key level. So even if we do see something like this and we break down, this level will continue to play a pivotal role, where if we reclaim this, that this level will then force us resistance due to the VRVP level probably still being a high volume node area here, and the immense amount of support and resistance. VWAP is about to shift tomorrow, so it'll jump back up to here, and we'll see how then VWAP structure builds up. I think that's about it for BTC, lower time frame, higher time frame, and all of that. There's not much else to cover. Just all I can really say is lower time frame, probably just for this week, you're gonna want to keep an eye on this level. How are we interacting with this? And you can potentially keep an eye on how are we interacting with this pennant structure. What is going on exactly here? But overall, I think that this is a very mediocre pennant structure. It's not beautiful. It's not intensely beautifully built. It is really one of those meme pennants where you could see it, but you could also just ignore that. Additionally, this is kind of what I was looking at before, and I'm just drawing it roughly here. Some type of another meme pennant that we broke out of here, and now we're kind of facing this as some type of support here, right? And this angled support, so to speak, I forgot, diagonal support, there you go, is possibly serving as support here as well. So if we do continue to see down and you see some type of test of this level, which would be beautiful, and then a reclaim of this diagonal support, then yeah, we can continue to see price action go above there. This is something that a lot of the charts do, of course, deviation and uptrend. I think that about covers it for BTC. If you know what, we'll dive into ETH very quickly. You can see I was looking for something similar what BTC did here with this breakout on ETH, and it never really broke out. Instead, it just broke down back below, and that's why it's a meme pennant, right? You can't rely solely on this. You can't trade a breakout and expect this to hold. As for ETH, higher time frame, same type of setup here for me, you know, bottom of the range, top of the range, EQ, etc. This was my key level for interest, where I was interested in potentially buying. Now, if I redraw that meme pennant, I think it could still potentially be intact. Looking at it here, look at that, beautiful, and look at that, beautiful, right? So you can expect to see potentially, unless BTC breaks down, we can expect this to break out. Key level here. These levels on the on ETH are still high volume nodes. This is kind of also a high volume node area, but in general, ETH is less bullish and it is less clean to trade currently for me, right? We're still facing this monthly VWAP kind of as resistance, and maybe we've just flipped it. No, we're still facing as resistance here on lower time frame, as you can see. You could argue we are theoretically right above it. You know, there's the line, right? So 3618, 3623, we're $5 above it, but it's quite irrelevant on the very macro scale of things. Overall, right, you can see that when it comes to VRVP levels, we are slightly above the highest volume node here. VWAP levels, they're coming in and we're still facing them as resistance, or at least we're resistance support. It's all convoluted. And yeah, so it's a bit less clean to trade. I do believe that if we do make a move like this, where we break out of this level, maybe potentially put in a high volume node, and you continue to see this, we can easily trend up more, especially amidst being relatively lacking behind BTC, and kind of we just are above this level here on the high time frame, right above this 3577 level, and 3577 is right down here. So you could argue, and that is also the high volume node area, so that is something I'm just noticing now, right? So if we look at the high volume node, wait for it to load, 26, so it's also not perfect confluence, but you get the point. this level, maybe this EQ level. Maybe you can drag the EQ level down a little bit, right? And we can say that this is the middle of the range. Then there's decent confluence here too, but it is by no means as perfect and as clean as BTC currently is, and how beautifully it's been trading. That's about it. And for ETH, yeah, so these are the levels where I'd be intensely interested in potentially getting more bags or finding good long swings. Would be something like this. Okay, so that's about it. All links are available right here. All links are available in the description below. I want to thank you guys a lot for the support. Thank you guys a lot for everybody that's been sending their friends and into the Telegram. That's much appreciated. I'm always continuing to build. I'm always trying to lay connections more in the space and get you guys connected with better or other really great traders. They're all available on my Twitter. I tend to shout out or interact with them a lot. Some of the best traders I know are the only ones I really want to interact with. And yeah, so if you follow me on Twitter, you're going to see exactly who I interact with, who I look up to as trader. And most of them are friends. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys a lot. And check out the Twitter, check out the Telegram. Sign up at Bybit, sign up at WooX, and sign up at Blowfin. Blowfin is the newest partner. Bybit I have largely moved away from, unfortunately, and there's no bad blood, of course. It's just, for the most part, due to some logistical issues, I've moved over to WooX and Blowfin for trading myself, and I will continue to develop my partnership with them actively. So thank you guys a lot, and appreciate it. Good luck trading this week.